Is there any other things?
Yeah, I've got a comment. I want to go back to this city attorney thing. If Mike can get this meeting together when we do the interviews, I want to have a vote that night so we can get this resolved. We don't need to put it off another week or another week. Let's go ahead and decide tonight to have a vote, a call meeting when we do these interviews.
So you're moving that we haven't called meeting.
Call meeting, and let's get it resolved.
I'll second that.
The motion is second that we have a call meeting as soon as possible to do the interviews and have the attorney on today's discussion. All in favor? Opposers? The attorney will have we'll schedule a call meeting as soon as it's here. Yeah. Any other things? Okay, Susan.
My name is Liz. Did the previous attorney give a reason for resigning?
He said he represents several entities in the county, and sometimes he represents several groups and entities. There's a conflict because it might be that something the city might have a different position, say with the school board that he's representing. Sometimes it presents a conflict of interest. Any other questions or presentation from Susan?
Okay, Rebecca. I was wondering if we're having such trouble with trying to find a city attorney. Well, I'd still like to know what the disqualifications were for the ones we already spent the time to. What are the disqualifications? And what are we looking for instead of what we already have?
I'm trying to understand your question.
Sure. I don't understand why we haven't hired the man that's fully qualified, that actually lives in the community. I'm just trying to wrap my head around why you would take somebody that's got so many qualifications, so many accolades from the whole community. What's the problem? And you did say, Mayor, that y'all were going to vote on this again tonight, as well as I can remember because I was here. So we can keep putting it off, but is money going to be a part of this? Are we going to go with the most expensive one or the least expensive one? Or I realize this is a closed session meeting when y'all discuss this, but this is costing the city a lot of money, and I'm a taxpayer here, and I'd like to know that we're going after the best guy for the least amount of money that we can get. Just not getting any satisfactory answers. I know there's no parliamentary reason, no legal reason.
I'm sure I probably can't give. There probably would not be a satisfactory answer. I don't think anything that I could say is really going to satisfy. That's going to satisfy you.
Try just the reason. Try. Don't assume anything about me.
And one thing we talked about why people said in executive session, we're not going to discuss anything we discussed in executive session. So maybe they go to talk about disqualification and everything was coming out of executive session. So that's how I'm going to read it. We're not going to discuss.
Right, then, okay, how about this? Has this been a problem before? Is this something we're changing for this election process in order to change the process of how we select the city manager? Has this ever happened like this before? This kind of controversy? Or apparently disqualifications from somebody we don't understand what they are?
We would have to go back. I have to go back and research all the prior hearings. So we've made a decision, and there's no need for us to debate it. We've made a decision to have a call meeting. Like I said, I don't really think I could give you a satisfactory answer, one that you would accept.
Excuse me. Steve Shaver, just so I have this straight, the city is at an exposed risk legally, and you can't give us an answer that you would even term satisfactory. Am I understanding that wrong?
I think the city would be also exposed risk if we move forward and did not properly go forward with a hearing procedure. That would also put the city at risk. You know, if we do something that's not legal and
So-
not proper in
so if
hiring
there-
anybody, that could also expose us to risk.
So that's not over right.
That's been asked and answered. I'm going to declare that since we cannot, this issue will not be resolved. Is there any other presentation that still has to do with anything other than the city attorney issue?
No.
If not, do I have a motion to adjourn? All in favor of adjourn? Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.